There are only two prerequisites to being a music YouTuber. Feel comfortable enough to look like a total idiot when you're making a thumbnail, and also to, under no circumstances ever, actually play music on your channel. But I recently broke rule number 2 and went busking and played live, and there are 4 stories that I have from busking over the last week that I think pretty much kind of sum up why you should really try to play live music if you ever get the opportunity. Because, man, I gotta tell you, like, as a YouTube content creator, the grind of just posting content, you get so far removed from why you even started things in the first place and the actual joy of playing an instrument. So really getting out there has given me like a whole refreshing perspective on why I even started this. So the first story is actually pretty funny, but it's also super sad. So I went out to St. Armand's with my buddy Pasha, who is the greatest violin player on earth. Like, actually like the best violin player, in my opinion, no exaggeration even. So we're like, all right, usually we go on St. Armand's Circle and play, but it was kind of already packed with other musicians, and I just wanted something pretty. So we went by the beach because it had like cool kind of sunset vibe, and we were just setting up, even though there was very little foot traffic out there. But we just set up, started playing it. I was just getting it for content, actually. And we ended up drawing kind of a crowd, just because like the vibes were immaculate. And after we'd play a song, there was one lady at these picnic tables, maybe like 40, 50 yards away, and she was really into it. She was like exuberantly clapping, like super into it. And we were asking if she had any requests, and she didn't, you know, she just kind of wanted to like hear the music. So Pasha wants to go live on TikTok. So I'm like, all right, cool, let me go get another stand in my car. So I start walking to my car, and then she stops me, she comes up to me, and she's just sobbing, just tears running down her face. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are you okay? And she goes, oh, the music was just so beautiful. And I'm like, oh, thanks, that's all, you know, it's all Pasha or whatever. And, you know, we're talking for a second. And then she's like, today would have been my son's 32nd birthday, and he really loved music. So it got super heavy all of a sudden. So I'm like, oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. So I go back to Pasha, and I'm like, we gotta play something pretty, right? Like, let's just go full Hallelujah mode or something. So I'm trying to like remember how to play Hallelujah. And I tell him, I'm like, yeah, this lady, it's like her son's birthday, and he died. Like, he died a few years ago, so we gotta nail this. And somehow, he didn't hear the second part of what I said. So he turns and he waves his bow and he goes, happy birthday to your son. And you can see on my face that I die inside. Like, it's hilarious that we have this on tape. C to A minor, right? Happy birthday to your son. I'm just like, I just died inside. I had to turn my back because all I can do is just laugh at something like that. So I relearned how to play Hallelujah, and I feel like we did a pretty good job. And then afterwards he doubles down. He's like, happy birthday to your son again. And I'm like, oh man. Like, so anyways, beautiful rendition of Hallelujah. And also got that memory attached to it. The other thing about that too is like, what's really interesting is what I've noticed since COVID, because playing like busking a lot pre-COVID versus post-COVID, people, especially Americans, are so afraid to request anything. Like, they just don't want to have any contact with anybody in the world, apparently. They just kind of like walk around, keep their head down. Even if I try to engage, they're like, they freak out. But people from other countries are still all about it. So this group of Filipino people roll up on these little rented scooters, and we're playing. This is after sunset, and they're yelling. They're like,
thanks, guys. Yeah. What is it? Titanic. Say it again? Is it a song? Italian? Titanic. Oh, Titanic. Oh, Titanic.
And they were actually requesting us to play My Heart Will Go On from Titanic. And I'm like, oh man, like, that'd be kind of dope. Like, let's try that. So I get my phone out and I'm trying to learn it. And again, this is I haven't been busking in a minute. So we had a set list, and I had a pretty robust set list, and I feel like I got really good, from doing this a lot, I got really good at just, you know, maybe one look, taking a chord sheet, and memorizing the song, or just knowing all the songs that people request by heart anyway. So I go to Ultimate Guitar, and I'm typing in, all right, My Heart Will Go On, and I'm trying to get a look at the chord chart real quick, but there are so many pop-ups on the Ultimate Guitar website that we just start playing, because Pasha just goes right into it, because of course he's like a monster, so he knows how to play all this stuff. And I'm trying to navigate around the Ultimate Guitar pop-ups while still playing. It's like so funny. And it takes me like a full time around mid pop-ups on the Ultimate Guitar site, which is such trash. Oh my gosh. Because I feel like I paid for this app at one point. Whatever, we're not talking about that. You can see the relief on my face once I finally memorized the chord progression. And I'm like, I feel like there's a key change here, but we're simply not gonna do it. They're super thankful for that. And that's why taking requests is probably like the number one thing that you can probably do for your musicianship. The number one thing that you can actually get to help you increase your musicianship is probably this Bose S1 speaker that we were using. The whole thing was sponsored by Sweetwater and Bose because their S1 Pros are amazing. You can see in these videos that we're totally wireless the entire time because they actually have units that come with little paired devices that charge inside the S1 Pro. So you just pop them out and then you can just like stick them in, you know, like your, if you're a acoustic guitar right there, Pasha's got an electric violin. So we're wireless the whole time. It is such a better live playing experience to be able to walk around wireless. You can stream to Bluetooth. We actually had 2 of them set up in like a stereo array and then just connected the 2 S1 Pros with just an XLR cable. And then I just went out from the second one with a line out cable into a little interface. And I think we have like a pretty good sound capture from that entire thing. I might even throw Hallelujah up just as its own song because people seem to really like that. But thank you so much again to Sweetwater and Bose for sponsoring the entire busking experience. I have affiliate links in the description if you guys are interested, check those out. Which brings us to the other busking situation, which is so ridiculous. It was Jack's grand idea to take an entire electronic drum kit and put that out on the circle. Yeah, this is your idea, by the way.
We're bringing a full drum set to St. Armand.
It also just happened to be Marco Polo's 771st birthday, and we thought it would be funny to play by the Christopher Columbus statue on St. Armand's, which is like the last Columbus statue on Earth, and honor his good friend Marco Polo, because all the explorers know each other, right? So I was like, it's like the total opposite situation where me and Pasha draw a crowd. I'm up here doing this like impromptu stand-up comedy Marco Polo set.
Today is not like any other day, Jack. Do you know why? Because it is Marco Polo's birthday. He'd be 771 years old today. And that's why we're doing this in front of Christopher Columbus, good friend of Marco Polo, his statue. And we're also in luck because there's a very successful pop artist out here who is a direct descendant of Christopher Columbus. His name is Teddy Swims. That's where the swimming part comes from, because it's so strong in their family. This was written by him. Marco Polo.
Nobody is interested at all. Like 0 people. Not even, like I wasn't even getting like side-eye looks. They were just totally walking by and like having nothing to do with it. The funny thing after that was my friend Kiley came and we're like, oh, here's the mic. Why don't you like do some songs? Because, you know, we used to sing together and stuff. So we kind of ran through our old set list and then we were taking requests too. And again, it's so weird. Like nobody was giving any requests or even acknowledging that there's a man with a full drum kit playing on the circle, which actually sounded really good to be honest. The only request we got was from like a 3-year-old who wanted to hear Old MacDonald Had a Farm. And we're like, all right, bet, like let's get after it. So we started this kind of like jazzy version of Old MacDonald Had a Farm with like a drum solo in it.
On this farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O, and a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
That is a memory that will forever last in my mind, hearing Jack go into a Old MacDonald drum solo in front of the Christopher Columbus statue on Marco Polo's birthday. Anyways, I say this to say, guys, you need to get outside and actually play music. I know it can be a very, very intimidating thing to play in front of other people, but as I've just proven time and time again, people don't care. People really don't care in public. As long as you're not hyped up so loud where you're bothering people, no one's gonna mind. I think even if people don't stop and say anything, I do think that they deep down appreciate the experience on some kind of human level. And I don't know, I just gotta say, with all the AI stuff kind of taking over, I do feel like there will be a return to a lot more live music type situations going on. I personally am very happy to be back out a little bit. When I was living in Los Angeles, I played like maybe 2 shows in 2.5 years. And I just knocked that out in Florida, being back for like a week. So thank you again to Pasha, thank you to Jack, thank you to Kylie, thank you to Bose, thank you to Sweetwater. Thank you to all the great people out there making requests and playing music and doing it live and, you know, having a good time. And like I said, take a chance, go out there. It's great for your musicianship, it's great for your confidence, and I think it will probably also be great for your mental health, because it has definitely helped me avoid burnout, just kind of being in like the whole YouTube rat race. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, hit me in the comment section, Instagram, website, and I'll talk to you all soon.